by Phil Edwards, news reporter 60 years after he made his literary debut. The final adventure of Paddington Bear to spring from the imagination of his creator has been released. Michael Bond, who died last year at the age of 91, was inspired to write what would prove to be his final Paddington novel following his involvement in the National Thanksgiving service for the Queen's 90th birthday in June 2016. His reflection on the passing of the years was read to the congregation at St. Paul's Cathedral by Sir David Attenborough, who, like Bond, was born in the same year as Her Majesty 1926. Image, Paddington at St. Paul's is the final adventure from Michael Bond. It was during this visit to Sir Christopher Wren's masterpiece in London that Bond hatched an idea for what would become known simply as Paddington at St. Paul's. The Reverend Canon Michael Hempel told Sky News, he saw various images of various parts of the cathedral that he knew Paddington would enjoy experiencing as well. He was a very interesting person, and a very interested person. I noticed him taking careful notes of everything he saw and storing it up. You sense that these were little seeds that would germinate into something beautiful, which they have. Image, Paddington met fans at St. Paul's Cathedral. In the book, Paddington is as well-intentioned as ever, but he gets mistaken for one of the cathedral's choir boys, with all sorts of unforeseen consequences. The author's death came not long after the story was finished, but he had known full well it would be his swan song. His daughter, Karen Yonkel, told Sky News, the older he got the longer it took him to write it. He'd been working on it for some time. It was actually very special and very poignant that this was the final story. Image, Paddington has gained a legion of fans through the medium of literature, TV and film. His widow, Sue Bond, added, as far as he was concerned, Paddington was around a lot. If we went anywhere, Michael would say, Paddington would like it here. And if it was a good restaurant, Paddington would certainly like it here. He was picking up story ideas wherever he went. Publication of this latest, and indeed last, adventure coincides with the 60th anniversary of the very first. Image, Paddington 2 was one of the best-reviewed films ever. A Bear Called Paddington was released in 1958 and introduced the world to a character who has gone on to star in two widely acclaimed feature films, the latest of which become one of the most well-reviewed in history. Paddington at St. Paul's certainly builds on the heritage of Michael Bond's wonderful tales, and a bear now cherished by generations of fans, including Sky's Adam Bowleton.